Yeah, hi team. So I think we can go and start the session. Meantime, if others are available, they can join the session. Let me share my screen. So yesterday we have seen how we can create a data model and how we can run the report through through SOAP UI. So we are able to do this much, right? Up to here. Now today we'll see how we can go and do that same thing in the OIC in case if you have to do. So we can go to our OIC instance. So we can come to our integration. So in case if we need to call, right, first we need to go and define the connection right here. So that okay, we can go and call our integration. So we can come here and we know right what type of REST API we are doing, right? We are doing with the help of SOAP API, right? So we need to call the SOAP server, right? So we can come here and we can say that okay, we are calling the SOAP. So we can come to the SOAP and here we can write underscore OIC SOAP connection. So we can say trigger and invoke both. Then we can say next. Then what we do, right? We need to provide the WSDL here. So what is our WSDL here? So this is our WSDL URL here, right? So we can go and copy this complete URL. So this is our WSDL URL what we have. We need to write after that one question mark and WSDL. So this is our the WSDL of the instance what we have. Then we need to provide the security. So we can come. So this is our credential. Now we can go and do the test. Validate and test. So everything is completed. Now we can go and save this one connection. So this is what we have, like we are able to run this report. Now what we do, right, we can come back again into this one and we'll go and create the connection here. So we can come back here and we will go and create a new connection. Application B21 underscore OIC PIP report 64. We'll go and put this into our package and create. So what we do, right, we'll go and start with the trigger connection. We'll go and use the trigger connection first. We can say start. We can say continue. Endpoint we can say slash start, and then we need to give the report path, right? So as of now, right, we'll go and define this as a post method, or we can define get method, and we just need that output from that one. So we can define the output. We can say continue, and here, right, what we do, right, we can go and define our message colon, and this one is going to be our message. We can say continue, continue, and finish. So this is the normal integration we have created. We are able to do, right? We can do the save. We can go and add the business identifier so that okay, will not get any issue. So we can come back here, and in the connectivity properties we can do the method only and save. So what will happen, right? This is our sample integration we have created. Now what we do, right? We can come here and we need to call that SOAP connection. So we can say SOAP connection and we can give the name as call report. We can say continue. Then if you see in the external service, right? What is that operation we need to call, right? So what is that operation we are doing right here? Run report is that operation which we call, right? So we can do same thing here, run report. So we can come here and see the run report. So run report. Then this is our run report request and response. We can say continue and continue and finish. So this is our thing which we have created. Now in this one, right, what needs to we need to map, right? Because how our integration will know, right, that okay, which report we need to call, right? So we can come to the mapper part. So if you see, right, we are calling this payload, right? So in this payload, right, what we are passing, these two parameters we are passing, right? One is this one we are passing and the second is this one we are passing, right? So these two parameters we are passing, correct? So same thing, we have to come here and where we have to come, right, in the call report, in the body we have to come run report in this body, then report request. And if you scroll down, right, we have to find out, right? So one is like size of data chunk download, right? So this is the one which we need. So we can come here and we can say create target node. And in this one, right, what value we need to give, right? We need to give here -1. So we can give -1 here. Validate. So this is done. Now what is the second one, right? Report absolute path, right? So this is what we need. So we can come here and we can say create target node. And in this one, right, what we need to do, right? We need to go and give this path. So we can just copy this path from here. And this is our path, right? So this is our report what we have. We can go and do the validate. So we are able to do this much right here. Report path we have given and size of we have given. Now we can do the validate here. So we are able to put the mandatory informations. Now we can come back again. We can do the save. And what is the next we can do, right? We can come to this mapper part and we need to define our output. So we can come to this output and from what we will get response, right? So run report response, run report return, and here report bytes. So if you see, right, this is the same thing what we are getting here, right? So these are the object, right? So our output is available into the report bytes, right? So we can go and map our report byte with this one, right? With our message, because first we wanted to see whether our report is working fine or not, right? So we can come here, we can do the validate. So it got validated. Now we can come back again, come back, and we can do the save. So this is our simple integration got created, which will give us the report. Now let us come outside from this one. We can go and activate this one. Save. Let it complete. So it got completed. Now we can go and run this again. We can come to the body. So we don't need to pass any parameter, right? We can just go and run this one. So if you see, right, our output we are getting here, right? If you see, this is that what output we are getting. Now we can just go and see. Copy. We can do the refresh, resend. Decode. So as of now it's blank. Whatever we copied, right, we can put that one. We can do the decode. So if you see it, we are getting that output from right. Now what is the next thing which we need, right? Next thing, right? If you see, right, only this much data we are getting. Now we know, right, this is a CSV file. So we need the CSV file. How we can do, right? how in our integration, right, we can do the decode, right? So for that one, right, what we have, right, we will have one thing. We can come back to the integration. So in the OIC, right, we will have opaque schema. So what is this opaque schema? So opaque schema is the one, right, which will go and decode this one, right? So where we can get that one? So we can just write here opaque schema in OIC, right? So this is used to define the specific schema. So we can come here. So if you scroll down, right? So this is the default opaque schema file is here. So it will be like base 64 binary, right? It means like if we can go and use this one, right? Then what we do, right? We can go and convert our this encoded format into the file, right? So what we do, right? We will go and use this one. So what we need to do, right? We need to just copy this file and we need to create one file into our folder. Let me go to my folder. So if you see it in my folder, I already have one file, opaque schema.xsd. So I will go and open this file into the notepad. So if you see it, this is the same file what we have, right? So what you need to do, right? Just copy this code, whatever this one, right? So this is the default code which is provided by the product development team, right? So just copy this code, put into the notepad, and then give the name as opaque.xsd, right? So we will go and use this one into our, right? So this is what we are able to do right here. Now what should we do right after this one? We can come into our integration, deactivate. We'll come inside. So here, right, what we will write, whatever the file we will get, right? So that file we wanted to write, right? So we can come here and we can go and use the staging operation, right? So we have this staging file, right? So we can come to the stage file because we'll get that output, right? So that output, what we do, right? We can go and prepare a CSV file from that one, right? Because our output will contain the CSV data. So we can say here stage write. Now we can say continue. So we can say, right, we wanted to write the file, right? So we can say write file, right? And where we need to write, right? So we can give this specify the path and we can go and specify this, right? So we can give the file name here. So I can write employee.csv and path we can give anything, right? So we can give here flash temp because this is a temporary file which we are preparing, right? So we can see this one. Now we can say continue, right? So what will happen, right? Now we have to provide the schema, right? So we can say here we have the XSD, right? So we can go and provide the XSD file here. So we can say continue. Now in this one, right, what we do, right? Whatever the opaque schema we have, right? So that we can go and provide here. So this opaque schema we can go and copy and we can provide that file here. Opaque schema. Now we can say continue and finish. Right? So what will happen, right? The opaque schema. Now we can come into this stage, right? And here, right, we have this opaque element and our output is available where, right? So our output is available into this call report response. So we can come into this one, call report response and report byte, right? So we can go and give this report byte here. We can go and do the validate. It got validated. Now we can come back again. We can do the save. So what will happen, right? This will go and write the file only, right? Now what we can do that file, right? So we can send that report, right, over email, right? So we can send the notification. So we can come here and to whom, right, we wanted to send the notification. We can write our email address here. Right, from it will be, so we can give anything here. No. Subject we can say BAP report. Hi team. TFA the report. Thanks. OIC team. Right. Now we can go to the attachment, and in that attachment, right, whatever the report will get, right, after stage right. So this is our stage right. So we can go to the write response, and here we will get that ICS file, right? So that file we can go and attach here, right? Now we can go and do the save. So now what we have done, right? Up to this point, right, we got that output, right? We got that base 64. So to get that data, right, because it is the file content, right? So what we have done, right, we have done the stage file, right? And in the Oracle OIC, right, we will have opaque schema, which will convert the base 64 to this one, right? So we are able to use that one, right? So we are doing the stage file. We'll do convert that into the base 64, right? So, and whatever the content, right, we'll go and put into that one, and then it will stage file, right? It will go and generate the file. That file we will go and send through the notification. So now we can come back again and activate and refresh. Now what we do, right, we can come back again and we can run the report. So we are getting that output. We can go to the email. So if you see, right, we got that one BIP report, right? Hi team. So we can come here, and if you said employee.csv, we can double click into that one. So if you said what is happening, right? We are getting that file, right? If you see the content of the file, it is coming, right? So this is only that file what we have, right? So it means like we are getting that file correctly. We are getting that everything. If you see, we are getting all the data from that output, right? So it means like file gave us base 64, like the encoded format. With the help of opaque schema we have done, and we are able to get this one, right? So this is how we can go and get the report into the OIC, right? Now what will happen, right? Suppose this is a CSV report we got, right? For example, right, we need the PDF report, right? How we can go and get the PDF report in our integration, right? So for that one, right, what we have to do, right, we have to come into our report. So we'll can go to the catalog. If you come to the report attributes, right? So what will happen, right? The default format of the report, right? It is a CSV. So if you come and see, right, here, the default format, it is a CSV, right? So we have not passed anything, right? So what will happen, right? Always whenever we run, right, it will give the CSV format only. If you see, right, other formats are also available, right? PDF, TF and all, right? So in case if we need to get other format, right, we can go and get that other formats also. For example, right, if I will go and change here default format to PDF, right, and I will save this one. What will happen right now? Our integration will work, but it will give the wrong output. Let us go and try again. We'll see run. So if you see it, it gave the data. We can come to the email. If you see new report came, employee.csv. If I will go and open this file, right, this time, right? If you see, we will get the corrupted file, right? Why? Because it got generated the PDF file, right? So we will not get this PDF file, right? It means in the case of other format, right, we have to go and make the necessary changes, right? So what is the change what we need to do, right? We have to come here. So first of all, right, we don't have to modify from here. If we need other reports, right? So default format, right, we should be keep it as a CSV only. In case if we need other format, right, what we do, right, we can go and get that one, right? So if you come here, right, in this one, right, what we'll do, right, we'll get that other formats also. For example, if I will go and create one more request, right, new request. Okay. in this one, right, if you see, right, we will get that format. If you see attribute format, right, it means in this one, right, we need to go and pass that format of this one. That okay, what format we need to run. So let me just go to my BIP report code. If you see it, attribute format we have. So in this one, right, we have to go and mention that okay, what format we need to do, right? So that okay, what will happen, right? It will come back. So in our existing integration also, right, to be on the safer side, right, we have always keep this one attribute format CSV. So that okay, in case if anyone go and modify, right, behind the scene this one, right? So our integration should not break, right? So what we do, right, we can come to the integration. So we know right now, if suppose somebody's modified the format in the YC, right, what will happen, right? Our integration will start giving wrong output, right? So that is we don't want to do, right? So what we do, we can go to the deactivate and we can go and add that additional attribute also. So that, okay, in case if any user will modify the format, right, default format, right, our integration should not stop. So what we do, right, we can come to this mapper part because here only we are putting those format, right? So we can come to this body, run report, report parameters, and we have this attribute format, right? So we can go and specify this also. So we can say create target node. We can come back here and here we can write CSV and we can do the validate. Yeah, so this got saved. Now what we do, right, we can come back again and save. Now we can go and do that activate again. Refresh. So what we do, right, now we can go and run first normal whether it is working or not, right? So we can do run. So it's coming fine. We can go and see here. So report we are getting correctly right here. But as of now, right, our default format is CSV only, right? So what we do, right, we can come here and suppose I can make the default format as PDF. I can go and save. So in the previous case, right, when we did this one, right, what happened? Our integration will start giving wrong output, right? So now let us go and see this time. So we run. Now we can go and see, right? Our default format, it is a CSV, right? PDF. But still, if you come and see here, right, we will get the correct output, right? We will not get that corrupted file, right? Why? Because in the OIC, right, we specifically told, right, whatever the format it will be, right, that is okay, right? But we need the CSV only, right? The default format is, if we don't pass that parameter, right, then this default format will be taken in the picture. But if we don't put that one, right, then in that case, what will happen, right? It will go and show us the report, whatever the format will give, right? Now we know that, okay, CSV file we are able to get, but what about the PDF, right? How we can integration? We can say PDF, VIP report. We can put this into our package and clone. Now we can come back here and what we do, right? So first thing, right, we wanted to run the PDF report, right? So what we need to do, right? The format, right? The attribute format which we give, right? So instead of CSV, right, it will be PDF, right? So that is the one thing which we have to go and modify, right? So instead of this one, right? Instead of CSV right here, we have to go and tell it as PDF. So we told that, okay, we need the PDF report. We can say, okay, validate. Now we can come back again, save. Now what is the next thing we need to do, right? So if you see that when we are writing the file, right? If suppose I will come back in this one and first let me go and run this one. I will show the root cause that, okay, why it is giving the wrong output. We can come to the run now and run our report again. So report ran. If you can come and see here, right, in the notification. So new report came here. And if you see, right, what is happened, right? It is giving us the corrupted data, right? Why it is giving the corrupted data? Because if you see, right, the output is a PDF, right? But our file, right, our file is generating .csv, right? So because of this one, right, it is happening. For example, right, if you can go to the normal folder also, right? For example, this is my CSV file, right? So this is my CSV file, right? So if I will go and edit this into the notepad, right? So suppose in this one, right, this is the code what we have, right? Let me go and take this one, copy. Yeah, I will try this one. If you see that this is our code, right, we have. Now suppose if I will go and change the format of this one, right, PDF, right, will this work? No, right? So directly modifying this one, right, will not make, right? It can corrupt our file, right? If I will go and open this PDF file now, right? If you see, you can't open this file because something goes wrong, right? So because of this one, right, our data is having the issue, right? Because output we are getting PDF, right? But what is happened, right? We are trying to convert that into a CSV. So due to that reason, right, it is not working fine, right? Now what we have to do, right, we have to go and modify our path that, okay, wherever we are generating the file, right, in the staging. So there we have given, right, employee.csv, right? So instead of that one, right, what we need to do, right, we have to go to the PDF here. So we can go to the deactivate. Come back again here. And here, right, what we do, right, we can go and do that, okay? When we are doing the staging right, stage right. So that time we are giving the path, like the file name. Continue. So here, right, so instead of employee.csv, right, here we need to give the PDF. So we can go and give here PDF, right? Now we can say continue. Continue. Rest all things are going to be same, right? Finish. So we can go and do the save. We can go and do that activate and activate the report. That's right. Now we can go and run the report. Run now. So this time, right, if you can see your output, right? So it is generating employee.pdf. It is not generating CSV. And if you go and open the file, right? So if you see, it will come into the correct way, right? It is generating the PDF file. So previously the issue was like the text, right? We got as a PDF report, right? But when we are trying to see that one, right? So we put the data into the .csv file, right? So because of that mismatch, right, the file got corrupted, right? But this time, if you see, we got that PDF file and we have put that data into the PDF file only, right? So we get that output correctly, right? So this is how we can go and get the report into the PDF format. Any questions till now, if anyone has? Any questions? Okay, so if no question, right, then we'll go and see the next thing. So we have seen, right, how we can get the different types of reports, how we can get the output of the report into the encoded format in the PDF format. Then if you see, right, in this is our report, right, what we have, right? I'll make apply again. Let me just want to refresh or click from here only report we can see. So this will give the PDF report now, right here, because we have used a PDF report. But in this case, if you see, right, we can go and pass the status, right? So if you see, right, assignment status is right, activity is coming, right, and person number it is coming, right. So I can write here inactive also, right, just to get the inactive, because we have the parameters, right. I can make apply. Now what is happening, right, it is not giving the correct records. Apply changes. Assignment status type. Okay, let us go and see the report first. That okay, on which column we have added the parameter. It is on the assignment status type, and assignment status type we are printing, right. So what we do, right, we can come into this query again. When created, what are the different possible values we have? So we can go and create a new data model here. SQL. We can write here distinct assignment status from PAM table, right? So only one table we need. Rest all conditions we can go and remove. We can say okay now. Come here, run, and if you see, these are the values, right? We have suspended, active, and inactive. We can check, do we have any records for that? Suspended, apply. So if you see, right, only suspended data it is coming, right? When we put inactive, right, what will happen, right? Only inactive records will come, right? So we'll see how we can go and pass this parameter, right? Where is that report, right? Inactive. So I think for inactive, right, we don't have any records, so it will come as a blank, right? But if you see it for suspended, right, we can go and pass. So what will happen, right? Only suspended data it will come, right? So we will see how we can go and pass the parameter, so that okay, our report can go and change, right? Based on that one, right, our report will come. So what will happen, right? How we can go and modify? So if you go to the SOAP first, right? So in this one, right, what we have, right, here we have this parameter things which we can go and pass. So if you see, right, this is the what we have, parameter name values, right? So in this body, right, we have to go and pass the name and value, right? We have to give the parameter name here, and then corresponding value we have to give here, right? Then what will happen, right? This will go and work. So what we do, right? This is our existing working one, right? So in this one only, we'll go and add the parameter first, and then we'll see whether it is working or not. So I will have the sample. So if you see right here, this is what we need to go and add. Parameter name value and parameter values. So we can come here and we can this one, right? So if you see, parameter name and value will be there in the item, right? We need to go and pass the parameter name and then corresponding value will do. So what is our parameter name, right? So this is our parameter name. We can go and put this name here. And what is that value in this one? So we can say suspended. Now let us go and run the report again. If you see 200, okay, we can come, and this is the report, right? So if you see it, currently it is giving the PDF report right here. So what we do, right, we can go and put our attribute character. This we can go and give here our attribute format. or we can copy from this only the tag of that one. So this is a tag we have attribute format. And here we can say we need the CSV. Now we can go and run the report again. So 200 okay. We can come. So this is giving us the report. Now we can come down again. Or let me just copy the code. So this is our output what we have. We can copy this much. I can go to the base 64 and we can say decode. So if you see this time, right, only suspended records it is coming, right? So it means like it is working fine. Now what we need to do, right? Same kind of thing, right? With the help of OIC, right? We wanted to do, right? So we can come into that our integration and we can say that, okay, now we can make a copy of any integration, either this one or this one, because we just need to see that output. So we can just do this only. We can make a clone. We can write OIC parameter report. We can go and put this into our package 21 OIC and we can do the clone. Right now we can come back again here. And what will happen, right? We need to pass the parameter, right? So what we do, right? We can go and define two parameters here and then we can go and pass those things, right? Or first we can go and hard code those only. So where we can go and do, right? We can come here, come to the body part, run report, report parameters, and where we have, right? So we'll have that parameter name value here, right? So if I will go to the SOAP, right? So where we are putting those value, parameter name values, right? So inside this one, we are putting that value, right? So we can come expand this one. And in this one, right? Inside that item we have right here. So in this item, right? We need to go and pass here name and value. So this is our name. Here we need to go and pass the name. And then in this one, right? We need to go and pass that value, correct? So what we do, right? We can come back again here. Create target node. So in the name field, right? What we do, right? We will go and put our parameter name. So for example, right? This is our parameter name, what we have. Validate. Okay. Now we can go to the value field, items. So in this one, right? We need to go and put that value. So we can come create target node. Inside value, right? We need to give inside the item. So in this one, right? Values inside item, we have to give here value. So what is that value we need to give right here? We need to give the value as a suspended. Right? So we can give the suspended value here. Now validate. Now come back again here. Save. Now we'll go and run the report. We'll see whether we will get the parameterized report or we'll just get a normal report. So we can come here, refresh, and run the report. So inside the body, you don't need to pass anything. Run. So we are getting that output. We can go and see that output here. We got the VIP report, employee PDF. So if you see right here, what we are getting, right? We are getting the suspended records, right? Only suspended records we are getting. So this is how we can go and make these changes here, right? Now what is the next thing we can go and do, right? Next thing we can do, so in this only, right? We can go and make this as a parameterized. So we can come back here. and deactivate this one. So instead of like parameter name, right? Parameter name is going to be hard coded, right? But the parameter value, right? What we do, right? We can come here and we can go and create our own variable here, right? So maybe we can come here and we can add the parameter here. Add. We can write p underscore assignment underscore status. And this is a string. We can say continue. Continue. Finish. We can do the save here. Now in this call report, right? Instead of passing the parameter here, right? What we do, right? We can go and map that one. So if you see, right, currently what will happen, right? This report will always work only for the suspended only, because in the parameter names, right? What we have done, right? We have put this one right here. So name is going to be always same, right? Because name, it is not going to change. What it is going to change is this value, right? So currently it is hard coded, right? So what we do, right? We can go modify this one, and instead of this value, right? What we do, right? We can go and get the value from this one. So this value we can go and get here and validate. So this time, right? Instead of hard coded, right? What will happen, right? Whatever the status will pass, right? So that value it will go and take. We can go and do the validate here. Come back again and save. Come back again. We can do that activate and activate and refresh. Now we can go and run this report again. So this time, right, what will happen, right? We'll go and pass the parameter here, right? Okay, which value we wanted to run, right? So I will write the active first here and run. So what it will happen, right? It will go and give the active file here. If you see, this is our report. Okay, maybe I think I need to re-log in here. Your message cannot be displayed. Some schedule is running. So this is what we will get here, right? So I think the testing part, right, we can do in the next session, because if I will sign in, right, what will happen, right? It will go and log out to me everywhere. But if you see, right, now we will know, right, how our output, right, will come from this one. So any questions, if anyone has, we can go and take those questions now. Anyone, any questions? Okay. So if no question, then I think we can go and wrap up the session today here only. Thank you all.